So you talked about being WBO #2. Depending on how kind of mandatories go and that kind of thing, you could be the #1 mandatory challenger by the end of this year. Where does that fit in terms of your own personal journey that you've talked about?
Well, I believe everything's timing. Boxing's a career where you have to be smart, and you know I'm learning this because me, I'll be honest, I'm an animal, and I will fight like anybody. I've always been like that. If we're in school and people are bragging and boasting about who's the strongest, you're stronger than me. Like, cool, let's fight. That's what I've always been like. As you said in the ring, I'm always laughing and joking. I'm the nicest guy ever, but when it comes to fighting and aggression, I'm just one of them action people. So I want to fight anyone. I was even saying to Tunda, I was like, whoa, who's this guy? As soon as I hear a name, I'll be like, cool, champ, let me get a fight with him. Because that's my natural instinct and mentality. But again, you got a manager for a reason. You got a promoter for a reason. And at this stage in my career, I'm not in control. And as I'm learning, there's a reason I'm not in control. Because a lot of people mess up their own careers because they want to fight this person. Once you fight someone, where are you going to go next? So as you said, I'm #2 in the WBO. I had 12 amateur fights. This is my 16th professional fight coming up. And again, they haven't been a distance. So I'm doing my apprenticeship in the ring in front of the world. That's what Tunde is basically saying to me. And he's saying that you're going to keep progressing. And your career, it's not a sprint. This ain't no hurrah thing where you sprint to the finish line. It's a marathon. You take your time and you get to the finish line.
So then is that a concern for you then? Because you could be in a position where they're calling for purse bids for a mandatory fight against someone like Kovalev, for example. And you yourself, you'd fight him. Like you said, you're an animal, you fight anyone. But Tunde, with his wise manager's head on, will say, well, no, maybe we need another year of fights.
I didn't say that.
No, but Tunde might say that is what I'm saying.
I didn't say that. I said that Tunde has the managerial head on. I will fight anybody. But we didn't say that if it went to purse bids or anything like that, Tunde would turn on the fight. We spoke about it, and we just believe everything's timing. We said that from the beginning. And when the time presents itself, if Tunde and Frank Warren are in agreement and they say, yeah, that's what we're going to go for, then let's make it happen. I think there's another champion. I seen him fight the other day when I was watching. He was fighting Kovalev fought the other day, and then there's a guy named
Dmitry Bivol.
Bivol, yeah, he fought. He's a world champion as well, which I found out on that day. I didn't really watch it because I had the phone and I was watching the Wilder fight. Wilder fight was entertaining. I can't lie, I was watching that. But again, these are all things that are close to me. And as I said, in the right time, it's boxing and it's entertainment and things will happen.
We spoke to Tunde earlier, and I don't think he wants to big you up too much because it puts more pressure on your shoulders. Having said that, he did say we're looking at someone who will be a world champion in more than one weight class. Yeah. What does it... First, you agree with that, but also, what does it make you feel when you hear your trainer and your manager said that about you?
Oh, I feel like if your trainer manager's not saying that about you, you need to find a new trainer manager. It's like Arsene Wenger, however you say his name, yeah. It's still saying that Arsenal are going to win the Premiership, but he's not buying no players. So if you're not believing in your team or believing in what you're doing, then do something else. Tunde believes in his system. Tunde believes in me. I believe in Tunde. And what we've done so far, again, these are what experienced people are saying to me and saying to him. You don't see it a lot. Usually there's a lot of experience needed. 9 times out of 10, people go with a Freddie Roach, someone that's been in the game for so long. Me and Tunde literally were just coming through together, and what we've done so far in such a short space of time, again, it's been magical.
What is the secret to that relationship? Why does it work so well? Because we spoke to Tunde and he said 2 years ago he had a massive stable of fighters, and then he decided he wanted to dedicate himself to just one, and that one was you. So what's the secret behind your relationship? Why is it so successful? Well,
the reason things planned out like that, that's just for me acts of God. There was a lot of people in the camp. Again, I was in the stable as well, where there was a lot of different fighters, and people just they left, came back, and then Tunde just happened to realise I'm the only one I'm just staying. Like, I'm just doing my thing, and I've always been a loyal person. I had one amateur trainer, I've got one professional trainer. It's gonna stay that way. And that's just the way I am. I feel like I'm one of the people that watches Italian mob films, Scarface, and things like that. Loyalty for me is, relationships to me matter. The relationship you build people. It's not about smash and grab, getting as much money as possible. As you just said, when you got a relationship with somebody and you're happy, and you know you have love for each other, things like that, you can enjoy yourself. At the same time, when it gets down to the nitty and gritty, you can get to the business side of it and get the job done. But it's about living a happy life and enjoying yourself as much as possible. Not only in the boxing ring, but again, me and Tunde are two people that go out, go cinema. Me and Ade is another one of my trainers. We all got the same kind of mind frame. We're all hungry. We just say like lions in the camp. That just come out of all of us being hungry and wanting to work and push each other. If someone's tired, we're laughing at that person because they're tired. And we're saying, fix up. We're lions out here. We're not no antelopes. Like, fix up. And it's like we all bounce off of each other.
We saw that a little bit in the sparring earlier where Tunde was saying, well, maybe that's the last round. And you were like, no, I want to carry on.
Yeah, it's relation and there's understanding each other. There's some times now where Tunde will be more stubborn. He'll realise that, you know, I've had a long week. And obviously I've got that mentality again. I want to push myself always. I don't mind what happens in boxing is when you're fatigued and you're overworking yourself and someone else comes in fresh and they're fresh, you might take more shots than you usually do. But because you're taking shots, you're like, nah, I need to get him back. So I'm going to stay in there until he gets tired. And then Tunde again, he will say to me, and close your eyes and go, trust me, tomorrow's another day. Come back tomorrow.
And working as hard as you do, like we saw today, is that reflective of how you are generally when you haven't even got a fight day coming up?
100%. I'm just one of the people, again, I'm beating on progression. I'm not worrying about anyone else. It's like I'm in my own little balloon. I'm literally in a balloon. Nothing else around me. And I'm just in my own little zone. I want to get better. I want people to literally, where I come from or how everything's happened, and the things I've been through and the decisions I made when I was younger, I feel like I'm just an example of how you can change your life around. I'll call you bruv. My life wasn't going in a positive direction. I was in all sorts of confusion of what I wanted to do in my life. So I was getting involved in all different kind of things. And then when I realised what I wanted to do and why I wanted to do it, I just gave it 100%. So I always tell people, don't give up. I dare you to give something 100% and see what happens.
I think that's a great message for anyone.
Yeah, trust me.
Thanks very much, Anthony Yarde.